And then I got hit by a truck. My husband began running towards the scene of the accident. He could see it from where he and my son were standing. The ambulance personnel told him, "Don't come here. Just go to Fairbanks Memorial Hospital." My son, unfortunately, his knowledge of what memorial means is death. And so my son was under the impression I was dead, and they were taking me to the Dead People's Hospital. Once my husband pulled into the parking lot of the hospital, the ambulance went into the emergency department bay, and the garage door came down. Obviously, he's in survival mode, so the only way he is thinking he can get into the hospital is through that door. So he jumped out of the car and was banging on the garage door. "Let me in, my wife's in there, I need to see my wife." After about 30 seconds of banging, he realized, oh, this isn't the entrance. My son was begging to stay in the car and watch YouTube videos or play Minecraft or any type of distraction like that. My husband came into the ED and said, "I need to see my wife." And they said, "We're assessing her. You need to wait. There's too many people in there." And so he was pacing the ED back and forth. I was in and out. I could feel needles going into me. I could hear people saying, "Okay, let's try again. Let's put this in now." It was just the most intense pressure and pain in my chest. They kept telling me they were going to help me breathe. My husband said when he saw my face for the first time, it was completely dented in. I had no nose. My right eye had been torn apart. He was sure I had brain damage. He checked in my ears for blood, but it was hard to tell if my brain was bleeding because there was so much blood from all the facial trauma. My son did not come in to see me. My husband did not want him exposed to that, and I'm so grateful for that. I can't imagine how much more that would have added to this situation. I remember the last thing that he said was, "Honey, we'll see you in Anchorage." And I said, through a gurgled, muffled voice, "I hope so." My husband and son immediately took off for the trip to Anchorage, which was going to be about 6 hours. I had a wonderful, supportive work environment that immediately came to his rescue. They found out within minutes of the accident and called to say, "How can we help?" We have 2 wonderful lovies, Winnie and Obsidian, our Chihuahua mix, and our one-eyed, 3-legged cat. He said, "I need help boarding our animals. I don't know what to do." My work was able to find the most wonderful pet sitter of all sitters. These people had a fabulous property out in Alaska where our dog and our cat, even though they knew something was wrong, they were able to find some joy and some peace in this. During the drive, my husband kept thinking, "This is a nightmare. I need to wake up. This is a nightmare." He was having all of the worst thoughts about your spouse when they get hurt. What are their final wishes? She said she wanted to donate her organs. Are there going to be any viable organs? She wanted to be buried under a redwood tree. How am I going to make that happen? How am I going to care for our child? Where are we going to live? My son said every time he looked up from the screen, he would get dizzy. He felt like he was floating above his body. And he would think, "I'm not part of this world anymore.